Alright, welcome to Astra and the New Constellation. This is a Pico 8. I said there would be more of this. This is a Pico 8 platformer game made by friend of the OSC, Rare Like a Unicorn. You can pick this game up on Steam actually. I think it might be the first Pico game to be published on Steam. Um, I feel like I've had that conversation before, so it may or may not be true. Um, if you count Celeste, it's a bit of a weird thing because, like, obviously, you're not buying Celeste for Celeste Classic, but technically it's there. It's also ported. It's not running Pico 8 natively, so it's like, is this? Does this even? Would it even count as a Pico 8 game? If since it I don't know. Anyway, this is a Pico 8 game. This is on Steam. You can get Astra in the New Constellation on Steam. It's a cute little platformer. You play as, presumably, Astra, this star. You can do like a little float, or you can like fall normally. You've got this slide, which is pretty fast, and you've got like a stomp attack. You collect this little dust. There's 76 in this level, and there's a really cool task where it's just like minimum dust collected, and it's pretty cool. So you should look up that Astra task because I think it's really cool. But yeah, this game's just like really fun, really well really well polished Pico 8 game, of which, you know, there are several, but this is definitely in the like upper echelons of Pico 8 game. I've never played this game through in full. I've played it a little bit. I did intend to speedrun it at some point, but it's got this like, it's very much a precision platformer. I mean, the platforming's not that precise from a casual perspective, but from a speedrunning perspective, there's quite a lot. There's quite a lot going on. For example, like it's fastest to slide, so you want to slide every time you land, right? But if you press the button to slide early, you get that stomp, which is actually slower. So there's a lot of stuff like that where like it's a little bit difficult. It's a little bit difficult to be optimal in all cases. You know, which makes for an interesting speedrun. It's definitely not a bad thing, but it is a thing to be aware of, and it is something that slightly put me off from speedrunning the game. Casually, though, I have had fun with it. There's like a good amount of content in this game. So Pico 8 games have like a token limit on how much code you can put in the cartridge, basically. But you can also link cartridges together, and you can pass small bits of data between them. So while it is not possible to just like write unlimited code and make a really big Pico 8 game, what you can do is say create a platformer like this and then have all of the levels be in different cartridges. That's something you can do. And I think you can link up to 16 cartridges. I think that's the max. And you'll see a lot of games make use of this. So this game makes use of that feature of having multiple cartridges. Terra makes use of that feature. The character creator is a different thing to the rest of the game, and then the character creator just sends over the character data, which is really cool. Stranded Isle Deluxe Edition, so like Stranded Isle, Pcraft Deluxe, that game, which you'll see yesterday I uploaded a Stranded Isle video, got a 447 PB, and we'll get a chance to talk about that later, and all that means. But I'm very, very happy that I got that run, let's just say. Definitely not done with SI, but if you want to see more SI, you'll have to look at the main channel, because I can only play the game once. But I told myself if I PB, it's definitely going on gold. So, yeah, there you go. Where was I going? Yes, Pcraft Deluxe. uses uses that feature. So the boss is in a different cartridge to the rest of the game, and it just passes over your inventory. The world generation's in a different cartridge to the rest of the game. That's why the world generation is so slow. The world generation's actually like just as fast, but the passing between the cartridges is what adds the extra time. So if you're going to speedrun Stranded Isle, do not play Deluxe Edition. It's just so much slower if you're doing any percent. If you're doing like boss kill and stuff, obviously you have to play Deluxe Edition, and it's fine for that. I wish it were faster to reset, but you know, I also don't play those categories. Although I should play boss kill and stuff. But you know. But yeah, I realize I'm not talking about the game that much. It feels kind of like Kirby, I guess, is the best thing I can say. It's clearly like Kirby inspired, right? You got the cute little blob character. We're in like space, we're collecting stuff. Okay, maybe the collecting stuff is less like Kirby, but yeah. But this game can be absurdly fast. You should go check out some of the speedruns. I'm sure Czar has some on his channel, Czar149. Shout out to Czar, by the way. But yeah, I think this game's really cool to watch the like speedruns of. This game is also paid. It's rare that you get this, but this game you gotta pay for it. Most Pico 8 games are published for free, and for what it's worth, when you do buy this game on itch.io, you do get the cartridge, so you can take a look at the code and modify it and all that, which, you know, is nice. At first that wasn't the case, but I guess after the initial round of sales came in, it was like, okay, now I can basically like you know, give people the code. I mean, not like giving people the code really makes it easier to pirate the game anyway. Like, if you wanted to pirate it, you would still just have to buy it and then distribute it. But, yeah. I'm having a bit of trouble. These, like, enemies that fly in a circle, I feel like there should be a way to beat them, but there's just not. You have to just not get hit, which, you know, isn't hard, but it's kind of weird. I like the way you can use the float to like stop your jump early. I think that's pretty cool mechanic. It kind of reminds me of like Peach Float in well, I could say Peach Float in Mario Bros 2, but I'm gonna say Peach Float in Smash Brothers because I've played that game a lot more than Mario Brothers 2. But don't worry, the Mario Brothers 2 video is coming at some point. Maybe March 10th, because that's Mario Day. But then I could put any Mario game on Mario Day, I guess. Yes, this level has falling rocks. This one I think was particularly cool in the dust, minimum dust tasks, but I definitely haven't watched that recently, so I don't know. I believe this game was an Obscure Speedruns Club game. I could be remembering wrong. I definitely remember when it came out, people were playing it on the Discord. I don't know if it eventually became... I'm pretty sure it did. I'm pretty sure it did, and I'm pretty sure it got like a lot of votes. I do remember that. I don't know. I don't have a memory of every single OSC game, mostly just the ones I played, which maybe I could revisit some of for this. It would be cool to go back to like Labyrinth, which was one of the earliest speedrun games that I played. I might tell this story in more detail at some other point, but basically there's this game called Tokobot Plus, and we're gonna have a Tokobot Plus video. I could talk about that game for genuinely hours at a time. While wearing a mask, perhaps. No. Genuinely, hours at a time, I could talk about Tokobot Plus. But we'll get to that later. But basically, this game was not very popular, and I speedran it, and I was like, oh, I want to get people to speedrun this. And lo and behold, the Obscure Speedruns Club falls into my lap, and I'm like, okay, I can work with this. Oh wow, the coyote time's very generous in this game. I was trying to like run off the edge and float, but I ended up jumping by accident. It's pretty cool. Um, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna join the Obscure Speedruns Club, show off this game. Basically, nobody played it when it got into the club. But also, like, kind of people played it because Armin discovered the worst skip in the game, so that was awesome. And I remember one of the first games I played when I joined, it might have been the first, was Labyrinth, a game that was actually ironically submitted by Rarelike, the person who made this game. And Labyrinth's a really fun little um, like adventure puzzle kind of game. It's made by Sock Pop Collective, which make a lot of like they're like a small studio that makes a lot of cool little games like that. So maybe I'll play that in like Popo's Tower, which is another Sock Pop game. I mean, really, like these like itch games and OSC games and stuff, they are just like a well of Melon Keeper Gold content. I get like two feelings when I look at the year ahead of me. First of all, I look at the 366 games and I'm like, that's a lot of games. Like that is a lot of video games, and I'm not sure I can like I mean I'm sure I can do it. I'm just like I'm not sure I can comprehend like 8 months from now still doing this. Like I don't know, a lot can change in 8 months, and I might be a completely different person, but whoever I am in 8 months, I hope I'm still a person who thinks that Melon Keeper Gold is a good idea, because if I give up on Melon Keeper Gold, that would be pretty bad. Um, oh, lava, that's cool. Um, So yeah, like I was saying, I get two feelings. It's either like, wow, 366 games is a lot. I can't even like comprehend that. And the other is like, wow, 366 games, like, can I get through all of them? Like there's so many games that I think like, wow, I kind of want to play that. And like inevitably, and I'm taking suggestions and stuff, so it's like, well, I take so many recommendations, because I have taken like at least a dozen at this point. Well, I take so many recommendations that I need to like maybe decide, oh, I'm not going to play this game for gold at some point. And like, I do plan to get to all of the recommendations, but what about the games that like Burr? Burr is a game I played on the Obscure Speedruns Club, liked it casually, hated it as a speed game, think it's really cute. Might want to play it for gold at some point, but that's a game that I don't feel so strongly about. I don't feel like I have to play this for gold. There are some games that like already I know when I'm gonna post them. I know that I'm gonna play them. Stuff like that. Like I'm gonna play Minecraft Java Edition. I've already played Bedrock. I'm gonna play Java Edition. I'm gonna play Melee. I'm gonna play pretty much every Smash game actually. I'm gonna play Ratchet and Clank. I'm gonna play like I don't want to like spoil the year for you, but there's a lot of games that are just like must plays for me. Now Burr is a game that I think like yeah, Burr would be great in like a filler, just crank out an episode of Gold. It doesn't need fanfare or anything like that. But it makes me think like, okay, Burr is low enough down the priority list that like maybe I don't get to it. Maybe they're like I take so many recommendations and stuff, and it turns out there's actually a lot of games that I really want to play that I just don't get around to playing Burr. And this isn't like this thought is not about Boor specifically. I'm just using it as an example of a game that I would probably play for gold, but like don't feel very strongly about. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe part of the problem is that I can't visualize 366 games. But like when I get to playing the like 200th game, when I get to playing the 350th game, will I have regrets about the games I didn't have the opportunity to play? And if I do, how do I fill that void? Do I make a Melon Keeper Gold 2? It's not off the table, but if I get to the end of this year and I still want to keep making daily uploads, then something is truly wrong with me. So it's probably not Melon Keeper Gold 2, admittedly. Do I just upload Let's Play content to main channel? I mean, I guess I could do that. It feels really out of place if you look at the rest of my videos. Do I make Melon Keeper? I mean, do I just copy Alpharad? What are they doing next? Like, surely they're not doing Alpharad Gold 2. Are they going to back to being Deluxe? I could do Melon Keeper Deluxe. Or are they going to do something different? Are we going to get an Alpharad Platinum or an Alpharad Diamond? And would I want to copy that? Will there be a gimmick, or will they just go back to being a Let's Play channel? Will I go back to being a Let's Play channel? I don't know. I guess it's just like, we're so early in the year that like, just feeling a little intimidated, feeling a little excited, confused about like where all of this is gonna end up, but excited for the future.